So the next product is the Rebel Cask Reposado. So here's what the packaging looks like. Again, another beautiful and interesting label with really cool artwork, and that attention to detail is so cool. And then on this particular bottle, here is your nerdy production transparent details. Love that. Similar to not confusing the Plata with the Supremo, please do not confuse the regular Reposado, which I talked about in the last video, with the Rebel Cask Reposado. What exactly is the Rebel Cask Reposado and how is it different from the regular Reposado? Well, I'm going to continue reading from this article that I wrote for my website. The Rebel Cask Reposado began as a single barrel program. Still, it evolved into a limited series with various releases aged entirely, not just finished, in bespoke oak barrels from around the world. The name refers to a rebellious twist on tradition because each microbatch is unique. It is double distilled in stainless steel with copper parts at La Cofradía Distillery, which is NOM 1137, in Tequila, Jalisco, from 100% Supremo Blue Weber agave sourced from the Los Altos region. The agave is cooked in stone and brick ovens, crushed using a Tahona and screw mill, and open air fermented with agave fibers using a champagne yeast strain. The water source used comes from a volcanic spring. The aging for the Rebel Cask Reposado will vary per barrel based on the series, but could be between 2 and 24 months. The final product is bottled at 84 proof or 42% ABV and is verified additive-free by Tequila Matchmaker. And because this product is kind of so different, I'm going to actually read the official description from Siempre. Siempre Rebel Cask is a prohibition-style rebellious range of aged expressions where we age our Siempre Supremo Tequila in everything from rare bourbon casks to French dessert wine and even ex-maple syrup barrels. Each batch is dangerously unique and extremely scarce, making Rebel Cask stand out in a traditionally conservative category. Rebel Cask is produced in Tequila, Mexico, where our barrel house has the capacity to house hundreds of unique and lawless expressions. Each lot will always taste different from one another. We use our wild fermented Supremo Plata tequila and fill it into barrels at still strength. The bottle I have here is the United We Stand series, which was aged 8 months in New American oak. The agave quality is Suprema, cooking method brick oven. It looks like this is a bottling batch of 7 barrels. The crushing is Tahona and modified mill. The fermentation is wild with fibers. The water source is volcanic spring. The one I have is batch number LR3072213, bottle number 1133/7626. And this was bottled on Halloween 2022. Okay. And this is bottled at 42% ABV or 84 proof. All right. I'm really excited to try this. I mean, look at the color on this one. So the tasting notes on the brand on this one are a little vague because obviously each batch is going to be different. So it just says notes of oak, cooked agave, hints of vanilla, cinnamon, and various spices. So let's see what this one smells like. You know, you definitely still, even with the color and the oak on this one, like you still get good agave flavor on the nose, but you get some really nice, kind of well-integrated, subtle baking spices from that oak. I would definitely say, God, that's really nice. I love when there's a good balance of barrel flavors as well as agave flavors because, you know, I really enjoy both. So let's see how this tastes on the palate. Oh, wow. Big pop of flavor on the palate. That's really good. Ooh, that's really, really good. Definitely a little more barrel forward on the palate. There's some agave in there, but it's definitely the secondary flavor. This is actually very barrel forward. This is really nice. 84 proof is definitely a higher bottling proof than most tequilas that are bottled at 80 proof, but compared to that 110, this feels very light and smooth. But this has good flavor, and it coats your palate well. It's got some good flavor and some good complexity. You know, definitely very barrel forward. But I could get some of that cooked agave flavor, but definitely like baking spices, vanilla, kind of cooked agave if you talk about like the 3 big flavors on this one, but let's revisit it. That proof is really well integrated. Like it doesn't feel hot at all. Yeah, that is, listen, if you, I mean, I know each of these Rebel Casks are different. If you are a bourbon drinker and also like tequila, I know you're saying the Añejo is the bourbon drinker's tequila in this series, but this is really good because like you can taste, it's got a noticeably different flavor profile than the regular Reposado. There's like complex barrel flavors on here that I can't quite put my finger on, and I wonder if it's that smaller batch size or the fact that, I mean, they said they're using New American oak. If you're unfamiliar, bourbon or other American whiskeys by law can only be aged in a New American white oak barrel. So then when that barrel's done, you can't age bourbon in it any further. So a lot of times they're shipped down to Mexico and used to age tequila. So tequila is going to be using used bourbon barrels, second fill, third fill, fourth fill barrels. Sometimes they recharge them, sometimes they don't. But for this to say a new American oak barrel, then that is probably going to explain why it's such a dark color for a Reposado. That explains why it's such a barrel-forward flavor profile. If you're shopping in the store, you're interested in picking up the Rebel Cask Reposado, definitely read the label and see, you know, what barrels are they using? How is this product different? They're Siempre, they're super transparent about the production process. One of the things I love about the brand. And again, each of these are going to taste different, and that's the point. So I think this product is really, really tasty. It's very enjoyable. I would be very interested in trying other batches and seeing kind of how the changes and the differences between the different Rebel Cask Reposado batches. Let's shift the conversation from the flavor profile on the palate to pricing. In my home market, this product is going to retail somewhere between $65 and $70. So the Supremo, which is the base of this, retails between $60 and $65. This is going to be $65 to $70. Now that we're getting, you know, to almost $70 a bottle for $750 of tequila, I think you can be very objective about, is this product worth the money? I think this product is fascinating. It's got great flavor. It's very enjoyable to drink. But then again, you know, is it worth $70? And I hate to ride the fence, but that all has to do with how much money, how much disposable income do you have to spend on super premium tequila? If money's no object and you just want to explore interesting and enjoyable and drinkable and tasty tequilas, this product is definitely worth the money. If you are a bit concerned about the price point, no way I would pay, you know, over $50 for a bottle of tequila, no matter what sort of specialty release it is. There's tons of incredible options, right? The tequila category is so hot, it's so expansive. There's so many incredible options from so many different brands at every different price point. Please do not feel like you have to feel pressured into spending more money on tequila to get interesting flavor profiles or enjoyable products. If you can afford a $65 to $70 bottle of tequila, I think this product is worth the money and you will not be disappointed. If you are afraid of the price point, don't worry. There are always a million other options that are still very, very enjoyable and are much more affordable. I just want to put a caveat. I'm filming this April 2025. All the pricing I'm going to be talking about is potentially pre-tariff pricing. A lot of suppliers, if they can afford it, are going to bring in extra inventory from countries like Mexico or maybe even Canada. And so that way they can have extra inventory in hand to sell customers at potential pre-tariff pricing. I have no idea what the future is going to hold in terms of tariffs on distilled spirits, especially from countries like Mexico. And so we'll just have to wait and see. So again, I'm filming this April 2025. And I'm going to be speaking about pre-tariff pricing, and we will just have to wait and see what the future holds in terms of the pricing of tequila. Thank you so much again for watching. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and consider subscribing. If you do not care about the video component of this material, please consider subscribing to my podcast. It's just the audio component of these educational and review videos. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you'd like to be notified whenever I have new content on my website or this YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to my email newsletter. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you are a supplier and you are interested in featuring one of your products on my channel, please shoot me an email. I'll leave a link below in the description. And finally, if you have feedback, questions, you just want to get in touch, please consider sending me an email. I personally read every single email I receive, and I do my best to respond to all of them that I can. If you have any sort of feedback, obviously you're always welcome to leave a comment. I always read the comments, and I actually have adapted some of my material to some of the feedback I got in the comments. But if you want to go a little more in depth, or you want to go one-on-one, shoot me an email. I'll leave a link below in the description. And finally, if you'd like to support this channel further, please consider becoming a Patreon member or gift me a cocktail through the link below in the description. Thank you so much again for your support. And as always, please drink responsibly.